All right, Jeff, thanks. Now to the big story this weekend. And good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Deanna LeBlanc. Searchers in Albemarle County are still at it tonight, but working in a new direction. Police are now calling the case a death investigation. Here's a look at the command center set up near where searchers found human remains yesterday. They were discovered on an abandoned property about 10 miles from where Hannah Graham was last seen alive. The body has not been positively identified, but police have notified Graham's parents of the discovery. 10 on your side's Liz Palka has been in Albemarle County all day long. She tells us how the UVA community is reacting to the news.
I'm here at the Albemarle County Police Department. Just a few miles from here is where law enforcement spent the day searching for evidence in the Hannah Graham case. As University of Virginia students tell me, they are sticking together and looking out for one another.
It really has brought the community closer together.
Students go about their day at the University of Virginia, walking by a face and a name that still stand out in this college town 5 weeks after Hannah Graham disappeared from Charlottesville.
I had a few friends who knew her very well, and they were really quite upset by the incident.
11 miles from this corner is where a search team discovered human remains in the search for Graham. It's where law enforcement walked Old Lynchburg Road for hours Sunday, looking for evidence. Police won't release the specific location, only that the body was found on an abandoned piece of property off Old Lynchburg. And residents say there are many places like that on this windy rural road.
Just a lot of older homes and homes out in the woods that people don't even know where they're at, frankly. Unless you walk these woods, you wouldn't know.
Investigators kept the road that leads to the site closed both Saturday and Sunday. 10 on your side has learned the area is about 1 mile from the intersection of Plank Road and Old Lynchburg Road.
The guy knew the area. I understand he had a relative in the area, a family.
Neighbors confirmed the main suspect, 32-year-old Jesse Matthew, used to live off Old Lynchburg Road.
I was little when he went to high school here, but my neighbors knew him, and I didn't know him at all. For anything to really happen here is kind of weird and kind of, makes you feel kind of funny.
Back on UVA's corner, Hannah Graham is on students' minds.
Everyone thinks that the body was her, and then it's really upsetting because we really were hopeful that she would come back.
No matter the outcome, her disappearance has left its mark.
But now no one really wants to walk alone, and I think people are more cautious that something could happen.
Everyone's, they're supporting each other. Everyone's looking after each other a lot more now.
Albemarle County Police are leading this death investigation. They say they are working closely with Charlottesville Police and other law enforcement agencies. Both agencies have stayed quiet today, but they tell us they will update as soon as those remains have been identified or if there's new information in this case. In Albemarle County, I'm Liz Palka, 10 on your side.
And as we just told you, searchers were back in those woods again today. They're looking for any clues or any evidence. A team of searchers from the Chesterfield Sheriff's Department found those remains yesterday. The sergeant whose team made the discovery said it was divine intervention that kept them going.
We were done with our assignment for that bitter part of the morning, and we were getting ready to head back to base to pick up another assignment. And like I said, it was just divine intervention. Something said to keep going, and we decided to keep on going. And in doing so, we were able to discover what we discovered.
Only local traffic or neighbors were let through the stretch of Old Lynchburg Road near where the remains were discovered on Saturday. And police have not said if Jesse Matthew Jr. will face additional charges in the case. Right now, Matthew is charged with abduction with intent to defile. He was arrested back in September. Police say he was the last person to see Hannah Graham alive. And though it's hard to imagine what the Graham family is going through in light of this new development, one family who shares in their sadness are Morgan Harrington's parents. Their daughter went missing 5 years ago. Her body was found 3 months later. Her father hopes yesterday's discovery brings some kind of closure for Graham's parents.
The not knowing for the 3 months was worse than knowing that Morgan was dead. I think when you don't know, there's still part of you that is hoping. It clearly is worse to be missing than to be dead from a parent standpoint.
Investigators say DNA evidence links Jesse Matthew Jr. to the Morgan Harrington case. And you can always head to wavy.com for the latest information. Just go to the news tab and click on our Hannah Graham link. You'll also find our past stories and a detailed timeline of the case.